that our newest member of our NBC Premier League team will talk about and bring us over the course of the season in standing areas. Next to Arlo White, David Ornstein, who is the football correspondent for The Athletic, who has a Monday column, which we all read avidly now. He is working for us. David, from all of us here in the United States, it's a huge welcome, and I hand it over to you, Arlo.
Rebecca, thank you. For the first time in 18 months, I can barely hear what you're saying because the Brentford squad have just come out for their warm-ups and the fans went crazy and it's put goosebumps on my forearms. David, welcome to the team as our Premier League insider and our top summer signing. Let's talk about another potential signing, shall we, to kick things off. Harry Kane. Will he, won't he go to Manchester City? What's your information?
Arlo, firstly, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be with you guys. Harry Kane is going to be the story of the rest of the transfer window. We know that he wants to leave Tottenham Hotspur for Manchester City. We know that Manchester City want to sign him, and they are going to stay. They're going to wait, but they're not going to go above and beyond where they want to go, which is £100 million. They could stretch further with add-ons to 20 or 30 million extra, but not anywhere near the reported 150, 160 million pounds. This is all in the hands of Daniel Levy, the Tottenham chairman. If he doesn't want to sell Harry Kane, and that's his stance at the moment, he's not for sale, then he will not be selling Harry Kane. If Harry Kane stays, he, I'm told, my understanding is, will get on with his profession. He wants to score goals. He wants to play for England in the World Cup qualifiers, the 2022 World Cup. He wants to become the Premier League's all-time record goal scorer, and I don't doubt his professionalism. But this is a huge story that is not going away, and I suspect in the next week or so Manchester City will try again. It depends how far they manage to test Tottenham's resolve and whether Tottenham change their stance.
Do we expect him to play on Sunday?
I think there's a good chance he'll be on the bench rather than start, largely because of the quarantine he's had to go through. He only came back into training with the group today, so it might be a little bit early, but he is part of the group, and I think Tottenham want to keep this calm and try and reintegrate him, but we're going to keep talking about it.
Tottenham, of course, play Manchester City on Sunday. We'll have a pitchside desk at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Let's switch North London clubs to Arsenal. They're depleted. Illness in the camp. There's no Aubameyang, there's no Lacazette. They had COVID issues earlier in pre-season. Is this the sort of build-up that Mikel Arteta wanted? And what explains his lack of action, really, in the transfer window?
It's deeply disruptive. You mentioned the USA tour that was cancelled because of a COVID outbreak in the camp. Let's be clear, this is going to be going across the league, across European and world football. However, it has hit Arsenal particularly hard. I broke the story today that there would be no Aubameyang or Lacazette. They are unwell, and that's meant the start for Folarin Balogun today. Arsenal's preparations have not gone to plan, it's safe to say. They did bring in some early recruits in Ben White, who we'll see today, Nuno Tavares on the bench, Albert Sambi-Lokonga starting too, but they need to do more. They need to look for a creative player. We understand that they're in some conversations for Martin Odegaard of Real Madrid, who they had on loan and would like to take on a permanent basis, but they still probably need to do more. Maybe another attacker, maybe a backup goalkeeper. Well, they want one for sure. They've got a young boy on the bench today because their second choice goalkeeper is missing. So Arsenal's transfer window is far from done, and you see the arms race that's going on above them. Teams spending so much money. Arsenal are hanging on their coattails, and they'll need to invest pretty heavily and hope Mikel Arteta can blend the squad nicely if they're going to compete.
We're still reeling from the tumult towards the end of last season of the potential and proposed Super League that collapsed almost as soon as it began. But UEFA have plans, it seems, to introduce a salary cap. What's the latest on that, David?
Yeah, so this is a story that was broken by Martin Ziegler in The Times. He's very close to UEFA and he's very authoritative on these issues. What he's saying is that financial fair play, which has been derided in so many quarters for so many years now, which looks back at finances over a 3-year period historically and is largely regarded as not being fit for purpose, is going to be done away with, and they will replace it with a new mechanism whereby clubs have their salaries monitored, and you can only spend up to a certain percentage of your revenue on salaries, say 70%. If you go over that, there'll be something that the US audiences will be used to in baseball, basketball and so on, a luxury tax. Maybe if you spend $1 over, you'll have to pay $1 into a pot that will be redistributed to the other teams. That's going to cause controversy because many teams will just spend over knowing that they can buy whoever they want, spend whatever they want, and it won't be a particular issue. But it will also give teams at the bottom the ability to do the same. So in one sense, it could be deemed fairer than financial fair play, but I think it's going to be the future, and it may be ratified, according to this report, at a UEFA meeting in Switzerland next month.
David, I think that was the equivalent of a debut hat-trick. Well done. Welcome to the team. David will be our Premier League insider.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe. Make sure you subscribe to watch highlights all season long and join us at the weekend at 7 a.m. Eastern on NBCSN for Premier League mornings, and subscribe, sign up for Peacock Premium, where you'll have access to 175 exclusive live games all season long.